Hi folks, Raina Mermaid here. I'm always being asked to talk about the Mermaid conventions, and when I started my vlog series I didn't really have a fresh enough memory in my head of the mermaid conventions I've been to before, plus I'd already put them in my books. So now that it's been almost 2 weeks for the most recent one I've been to, I thought it'd be a great time to talk about it. I've got Charlie here with me. He's so sleepy and cute. And I've got this beautiful bag that Shaheen gave to me, one of my awesome longtime fans. And I hope I said your name correctly because I've never heard it, so I'm hoping I said it right. She gave this to me for my birthday. Look at that. Thank you so much. So sweet of you. I use it for work every day. I love it. Little updates on me. I did decide to take a contract for the winter teaching pilots, which is cool. I'm full of surprises. And yeah, as soon as I decided to take a contract during what is normally our slow season, everything picked up like crazy, so now it's like working 2 full-time jobs. It's a fun time. So before I tell you about Mermania, I'll tell you about what happened right before, and all you Americans can laugh at all my aboots that I keep saying. Ha ha ha, Shannon. So Mermaid Emma and I worked New Year's Eve outside in the freezing cold in the snow and wet ground. It was a good time. We were in front of like a couple hundred people, and there was a stage with all these amazing musicians, and a lot of them really famous, and the headlining act was Christina Martin, who is this woman I met 8 years ago when she launched her first album, and I would see her shows, and she has come so far since then. I'm like so proud of her, and I feel really cool that I've had the privilege to see her do all of this stuff. So Christina was the headliner, and Emma and I got to dance our little mermaid tails off. We wore the fin fun tails because we were sitting on concrete and I was afraid of damaging the silicone. Also, it was freaking freezing outside, so we actually wore long underwear under our tails. It was a good time. If you check out my Instagram, HFX Mermaid, you can see some of the pictures and video. They had fireworks. We were interviewed on live TV, and Emma did her very first live TV interview. It was super awesome. I'm so proud of her. So we did that gig, which obviously it was New Year's, so it was overnight, and we came home, laid down for about 2 hours, and then get back up again and got on the planes to go to North Carolina. So it doesn't normally take very long to get to North Carolina, but we had someone else purchase our tickets for us, and there just wasn't a whole lot to choose from at that point, and we had to take 3 planes, and you can get there in 1. So it took us like 14 hours to get to North Carolina. We had some crazy layovers and no sleep, and it was really crazy, and we got there, and I looked like crap, and I wanted a chance to like put a little bit of makeup on and stuff before I saw my friends and change on my people I haven't seen in a year. And Tom, one of the organizers, picked us up, and it was really embarrassing because I didn't recognize him. I just was so focused on getting our luggage and getting out, I didn't see that he was standing there, and Sean didn't see him either, and he was phoning the cab company to come get us, and then Tom was like, hey, I'm here to get you. So that was really super sweet. We were not expecting to be picked up, and that was really bonus points for Tom for that. So we got to the hotel, the Sheraton, which was like a mall. It was so giant. Great place to hold a convention because there was just so much space and no fear of really like bothering any other patrons. The pool was lovely. The hot tub was mostly lovely. I'll tell you about that one later. And they had a really gorgeous like party room, I guess, where the meet and greet was happening with karaoke and a DJ and food and drinks and a craft swap. So I saw a couple people in the stairs and on the elevator, and I was like, shh, I gotta go look better because I've had no sleep in like 3 days, and I'm so crazy. So I went in, I put my new red wig on that you've seen in some of the videos, because as you can see, my real hair, it is growing, but every time it gets to about here, I chop it because it's actually dead all the way up to about here. So I've grown all of this out in the past couple months, and it keeps moving, and the more it moves, the more I have to trim off the bottom, and eventually, hopefully by the summer it'll be shoulder length and I can keep it shoulder length, and hopefully within a year it'll be nice and long. But the red wig I wear, I love it. It's the best money I ever spent. Lace front, it's great. Wigisfashion.com. Love them. So I put my red wig on, I put a nice dress on, and ran down to see my friends, and it was so emotional, it was so wonderful. I was the obnoxious girl with the selfie stick, taking pictures with everybody, but I did that on purpose, because it's so hard to take a selfie and fit everybody in. I got to see Chris O'Brockie, I got to see Dan, I got to meet Dan's wife, I got to spend some time with Shannon and Vanessa, I got to see my mermom, Marla, all kinds of amazing people. I got to meet people for the first time, like Madison Juliet, who I just love to pieces. She's adorable. I got to meet Ashley, who made the most amazing aerial for the entire trip. Like, I totally agree with Eric Nova that Tracy Hines has nothing on Ashley. Tracy Hines has built like her whole career around being aerial, and then this young woman Ashley just walks in and just like slays. She was so good. Got to see Daphne. I'm sure like there were so many people. I got to see Cookie. I met Fernando for the first time. I met Ariane, aka Frenchie, Alex from Paris, and it was so awesome. I got to use my French and speak with him. I got to see Hailey and her husband and her group, the Real Mermaids. There were so many people, so I'm really sorry if I'm missing my shout-outs, but I met so many awesome people. Nicole, it was great. So the convention had a craft swap, which I think was just genius. Really awesome thing to do. I didn't have any crafts, so I brought a couple copies of my books and I gave them out. I'm not a very crafty person. Susan and my mermom, Marla, made these adorable little hair clips. Mine has a little goldfish on it, and I put it in my wig. It's a bit long for my real hair. That's my goal. I'll get it down there. Yeah. So, yeah, it was really cute. I love it. Daphne, it must be over. Sean's fixing it for me. Daphne gave me a little jellyfish. Arian, aka Alex, aka Frenchie. Oh no, it just got all tangled. He gave me this beautiful necklace from Mermaid Iona. And it's all stuck here. And I'd like to show it to you. There we go. Look. And I also have a beautiful necklace from the other Dan, Dan H., who, like, is my biggest cheerleader. I love you, Dan. It's all, I wore it recently, so it's all tangled with stuff, but he made that. How do you people make these things? How do you make things like, I could actually wear that like that. How do people make things like this? I don't understand. You're so talented. Thanks for remembering that. Yeah. Yeah, so it was really cool. So Shelly, Dan's wife, had like a whole photo studio set up with lights and a backdrop, and you could stand at it and get pictures, and that was so cool. We had some drinks, and then everyone went and got changed, and we went in the pool, and the pool was really nice, and Tom's kids were there, and some of the mermaids were entertaining them, and some people were trying tails out for the first time, fabric tails, and we all just kind of hopped in the hot tub, and Fernando got in with his Finfolk tail, which was gorgeous to see in person. Good job, Finfolk. And, you know, we had a little bit of wine, and we're kind of being a little silly with Fernando's tail, and there were some very interesting photos on the internet of that. He's a sleepy kitty. You're so sleepy because you keep me up all night. That's why you're sleepy. So that was really fun. And I had a really good time with that. It was really cute. So the next day, we had breakfast at the hotel. It wasn't included, but I have to say the breakfast was delicious. It was lovely. And somebody drove us over on Saturday. Who drove us over? Who drove us over?
Steve.
Steve drove us over Saturday or Sunday? Anyway, whoever drove us around, thank you. I'm sorry that I don't remember, but it all kind of went in a blur. So someone gave us a lift over to the aquatic center. The aquatic center was gorgeous. It was huge pools, salt water, but not so salty that you couldn't, you know, see and you floated too much.
Vanessa the first day.
Oh, I thought Vanessa drove us home.
She drove us there too.
Okay, well thank you, Nessie. Vanessa drove us over. Yeah, the aquatic center was amazing. So I was signed up to do the Swim with the Mermaid event, and I got in the pool with the little kids, and they were really adorable, and we're using Mermaid Linden's monofins, which were great. And Travis and Charlotte were there. It was my first time meeting Travis in person, and he's on Mer Network as Merman Chatfish, and I have to tell you, he is one of the most talented merfolk I have ever met with children. He's so good with children, and so is Charlotte. Like, they were phenomenal. They had so much energy for them, and doing lessons, and just super patient, and Travis just really had a good sense of, you know, boundaries with the kids, and if they wanted to do something or they didn't want to do something, and he didn't want to make sure that anybody was scared, and, like, he was just, like, I was just floored by how talented these two mer people were. And I was in there with Vanessa and Shannon, and we met some really cute kids and got some cute photos and gave rides and gave lessons, and it was adorable. Are you going to join me now?
Maybe.
This is what I got from Daphne. How talented is that? Like, seriously. I love it. I will call him George and love him and squeeze him. So while I was doing the kids event, Mr. Mer Wrangler here was running around being everybody's Mer Wrangler, and they had a wheelchair that was made out of, like, PVC piping.
Yeah, it fell apart.
It fell apart. So it was funny, driving people around. It was good times. I met some of the Fin Fun people, and I was able to buy 2 Fin Fun tails for our company, pose for a lot of pictures. And then we got to go in the big pool and spend some time with everyone else. And while I was in there, Karsten, aka Mermaid Heather, was in human form doing scuba and took photos of us, which was really cool. So we got to have some photos. I really appreciate anytime anyone does photos with Sean and I, because usually we're the ones taking the photos, and specifically photos that you see of us, we've tend to cram in like the last 5 minutes when we're working with our company.
We're just too busy. We
don't get a chance to really work on modeling underwater or anything. Even though we get to do the Aquatron stuff, we just don't have time for ourselves. So then we did that, and I can't remember everything that happened that one day, but Carolina had a rough time. Her tail got stuck in the mail with the airplane, and so did Alex's, so neither of them had tails, so people were offering them tails. It's just a really good example of how the community comes together to support them, to support everybody. Yeah, so anything else happened Saturday? Like, I know a lot of this stuff all happened Sunday. I'm looking at pictures to, like, remember.
People stayed up late, play a few games.
Well, I know Saturday night. I'm thinking Saturday in the pool.
Oh, Saturday in the pool, yeah.
Met a lot of really cool kids. Saw a lot of amazing tails. There was a couple companies there, and it was just really amazing to see so many merfolk and all the different tails and everyone just getting along. I really liked this one because it was really laid back while still having a convention kind of feel. Cute kitty. Oh yeah, there was like 1 million photos of me taken like this. Last year when I was at Merfest, I was not smiling because I had just gotten, not my braces yet, but I had this terrible appliance, and the kind where you stick the key in it and you turn it, and it had hooks on the side, so anytime I tried to smile, it was like, you know, because it would like grab and it hurt. So this year I was super excited to smile because I don't mind my braces at all. In fact, my teeth are straighter than they've ever been, and I'm really proud. Like, look at these. So I got lipstick on. And so these still do have hooks up here, you can see, but they don't bother my lips. So I was smiling lots, and my whole life I would smile like this because I didn't want to show my teeth. Well, now I'm so happy to show my teeth, I kind of forgot about the whole neck thing, and I just was like,
stick your neck out.
For every photo, like Jabba the Hutt. Ugh, so excited. Anyway, so there's like 1 million photos of me doing that. So Saturday night, what did we do for dinner Saturday night? Was Saturday night the ball?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we had the ball, the Masquerade Ball, and that was a good time. Shannon lent me this gorgeous, beautiful dress, and Shannon's one of the organizers, if you didn't know, and she lent me this beautiful dress. And just backtracking before I forget, Shannon had a giant inflatable mermaid shell that she sat in and did pictures with the kids, and some other mermaids did too, and it was super adorable. Yeah, so the ball, and the entire time at this convention, he's taking photos, just nonstop, and I call him Shawnee, and everyone else started calling him Shawnee. It was funny. So the ball was great. We were all decked out. I got to wear this beautiful dress that Shannon lent me, and she eventually gave me the dress, which was just super, like, amazing. The ball, the only hiccup at the ball was the food situation. You probably heard we ran out of food. I think that happens when mermaids swim for like 6 hours and then go to eat.
Everyone was hungry.
So the people who arrived early ate all food. But kudos to Dan and Shelley and Tom for spending their own money to continually order in more food so that everyone had something to eat. I think if that's the worst thing we can complain about, we are doing really well.
That's all right.
So, yeah, the ball was cool, getting pictures in front of the tank with the sharks, checking out the penguins and stuff, and trying to find the octopus, and again, the karaoke guy was really fun, and we got to sing some songs, and they played karaoke songs.
What a good singer. Goodness.
I don't want to say anything in case he sees the video.
I'm just saying he was really good at his job.
For anyone who was there, you'll remember that the karaoke guy and I did a duet, and it was
you did it all right.
we sure sang the heck out of that.
Yeah.
So that was cute.
It was something else.
Yeah. So, anyway, the ball was cute. They played Carrie's song that she recorded, and everyone danced, and oh my god, Olivia came. I can't remember what Olivia's mermaid name is, but she's got the orange mertailor tail. She's blonde, super cute. So Olivia was there, and her dad came, and oh my god, he busted a move on the dance floor.
He was great.
I don't know how old he is, but he was amazing, and it was not like creepy old man dance. It was adorable old dad dance. Like, it was really cute, and he was dancing with everybody, and oh my gosh, the outfits, everything was amazing. Eric Nova gave us a lift there, which was super sweet of him, and I got to meet Whitney and spend some time meeting Eric's boyfriend, and so afterwards, Heather gave us a lift back, and we got changed, and we went downstairs to the bar, and Hannah Fraser had finally arrived. So what had happened was her flights kept getting canceled, and she was super late getting there, which really sucks because I know she had a big gig just like we did on New Year's.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine having to show up and just be exhausted. But, you know, she was really kind and posed for pictures and chat with people. And, of course, I was so excited to get my Hannah picture because last year at Merfest, somebody, as soon as we waited in line for a long time to get our picture with Hannah. As soon as we get there, a certain he who shall not be named decided that it was his turn for a picture and cut the line, and we literally had just been standing there for a second when he who shall not be named came and like interrupted our picture. So I do not look very impressed in my picture with Hannah. I'm like, in my picture. And so it's this gorgeous picture of us with Hannah except for my facial expression. So this year, I was going to change that, except for the fact that by the time I got to see Hannah, I already drank half a bottle of wine. So my teeth were purple, and I'm wearing a onesie, and everything, like, the wig is all disheveled, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to have a do-over and get a great photo with Hannah Fraser. And I go over my picture, and what do? Literally, and purple teeth.
It was cute.
So, yeah. That one didn't make it online. I think it's on Instagram as a joke. But anyway, it was nice of Hannah to do it. She posed for pictures with a lot of people, and we had a game of Cards Against Humanity, which was really fun to explain to the French merman all the jokes. A little inappropriate and good time. Drank some wine. And then, you know, I think we hit the pool some more, and that was really sweet. And then everyone went to bed. Woke up the next morning and was late for my own workshop, and so thankfully it was postponed. We had breakfast with some more amazing Mers, so both days it was really cool to sit down and just have breakfast with different people and get to know them. So we had breakfast with these amazing mermaids, and Maria gave us a drive up, which was sweet. And so Vanessa and Shannon and I did our workshop, and it went really well, and I really enjoyed it. And of course there were other workshops. My brother Chris O'Bracke did one, and then while I was doing mine, he was filming with CNN because he's a big merman star. And lots of news media coming and going, and Shannon and Vanessa were like right on top of that to make sure that everything was respectful of the mermaid community. And I think he looks like a rabbit with these feet.
I'm not a rabbit.
He just doesn't even care. So what else, Shani? What did we do during that swim that day? So we did the workshop. That went really well. Thank you to everyone who came and supported it. I swam with my wig both days, and it was awesome. I mean, it was looking kind of ratty towards the end of the weekend, but I got home and I did a treatment on it, and it was great. So I loved wearing it all weekend, but I wore this headband like this so long that for 2 days after the Mermania, sorry, that was like a Freudian slip, I had indents in my forehead, so that was funny. Photographers were there. We did the big picture with all of us on the wall, and Chris O'Bracke and I got to sit right next to Hannah Fraser, and I thought it was really funny because Hannah's probably only met you a handful of times, but even Hannah was yelling, Shawnee! Shawnee!
I've taken so many photos of her.
So even Hannah was calling him Shawnee. I thought that was cute. Really cute. So people were sharing tales. We did some underwater photos with more mermaids, and I really apologize. I forget everybody's names, but there was a sweet mermaid who did pictures of Merrily, or Merrily. I'm not sure how she says it, actually. I'm not even sure I've actually heard these names said before. But anyway, her photography group was called Lost Window Photography. So for the mermaid who did that, I know who you are. I'm just really bad with names, so please forgive me. But thank you for taking our photos. They were lovely. Hailey's husband Joe pretty much made me bawl with the photos he took of
amazing.
us.
He's great.
Like I said, again, we don't have an opportunity to do that very often, so it was really, really sweet thing to have these photos taken of us. So we did this whole, so much fun, photos, swimming with people. Shannon got me in on the CNN video a little bit, which is really great. We visited with Carol and Beth, who are adorable. We got some photos next to Hannah, next to other mermaids. And then, we my poor little feet were just really bad by the end of the swim on Sunday, covered in blisters. And I do pretty well keeping blisters off my feet, but I got some sand in the foot pockets in my tail that just, I can't get it out no matter what I do. So every time I put it on, if I'm lazy and don't put on booties, it just destroys my feet. So my feet were bad. Got Shawnee to help me take it off. And Eric wore his public pool bitch shirt, which was hilarious. That was cute. So what happened after that? Sunday night. Oh yeah, now I remember. So I usually end up sick or injured at every convention, and I was doing really good by this point. It was almost over, and I made it through the whole thing, and I wasn't sick, and I was having so much fun with all my friends. My other friend Nicole made us these cups. Oh, I gotta show you my cup she made us.
I'll show you the kitty.
Check it out. Neverland. That's our little group. Isn't that sweet? Everybody is so lovely and thoughtful. So we all go back, and Sean and I, our tradition is that we always go to Ruby Tuesdays when we're in the States because we don't have them in Canada. So we went to Ruby Tuesdays, all 20 of us or so. Just kind of started as Sean and I, and we kept adding more people, and I know a couple people felt left out, which wasn't intentional. It was kind of sporadic. Next time we'll plan a specific dinner.
Can't snort.
I know. Look at him. He said a stinker. So the cool thing about Ruby Tuesdays is they messed up my steak order, and I ate half of it, and then I told them, hey, can you pop this in the microwave because it's kind of raw, and I can't eat raw with my braces. And instead of popping it in the microwave, they brought me out a brand new steak, which I gave to Daphne because I had no way to keep it in a fridge or anything. Yep. It was cute. So anyway, we did dinner. That was nice. We went back to the hotel, and I was kind of starting to crash really bad, and I thought, you know what? I love spending time with people, but I'm going to go down to the hot tub for a little bit and then go to bed.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? So I went down to the hot tub, sat in it for about 5 minutes, and started getting red spots on my body, and I thought, this is just from the heat and from being in chlorine all day. It's fine. 5 minutes later, I started to feel really sick, and I'm like, okay, alright, I'm gonna go to bed. So I went up, had a shower, got in bed, totally naked, totally exhausted, starfishing on the bed, and I start hearing this weird noise. I'm like, ugh, what's that? Ugh, did Sean leave the stupid tablet on?
Yep.
It didn't sound like any of our phones, so I get up and pull my phone out, and I'm thinking I'm going to text Sean and be like, what the heck is this? Not even realizing I had his phone. Anyway, I look on the Facebook group, and turns out somebody...
Nobody knows.
...took Fernando's pants.
Someone.
With his wallet and his phone and his keys inside of them.
Who would do that?
And I picked up my phone, and I read this, and I heard the little again, and I said, that B word.
That guy.
That B word. I knew he'd taken it, and I walked over, and sure enough, there were Fernando's pants on my floor. So I am starting to have some kind of reaction.
You took them.
I had a shower, but I'm starting to have hives all over my body. So I pull on my onesie that I got from Shannon, zip it up, grab Fernando's stuff, message on the group that we have your stuff, Fernando, And I'm super mad because I was sleeping and I'm having this allergic reaction, and it's all his fault.
And I was in the hot tub for like an hour.
Yeah. And of course, he doesn't get sick.
Didn't bother me at all.
No, not in the slightest. A bunch of us got this terrible hot tub rash, and he doesn't get it. So anyway, I'm storming down the elevator. I'm so mad, and they're all saying like hashtag save Shawnee and everything. And I run into the pool area. He has no idea any of this has happened. I go, Sean Norman. And he goes, what?
What now?
And I said, you stole Fernando's pants. And he said, because I like them.
Yeah, they're really nice. They're actually, he's got a lot of style.
Didn't even miss
What
a
can
beat.
I say?
Yeah. So anyway, we got Fernando his stuff back without any big problem. Couple other highlights from the weekend that I forgot. We got a picture with everybody with Hannah Fraser wearing our onesies. I didn't get the memo. I wore the wrong onesie, so I was kind of sticking it like a sore thumb. We also did an amazing group photo during the mixer on Friday night, which was really awesome. I'm just looking at my pictures to like help me remember. I love getting to spend some time with Caroline. It was really fun putting the mermaid fins on kids and empowering them with that. Fin Fun must have made a fortune because people were buying so many tails. It was awesome. It was very smart. I got to see my little guy that I gave my Merman Typhoon. I gave him a free silicone tail earlier in the year. My mer son, I'm not that much older than him, but I say it anyway. So I got to meet him in person, which was really sweet. Looking at my pictures for reminders. I met some of my fans. Okay, so here's a funny story. You know, like I've usually, for years, I've had my real hair, and this year I just started wearing the wig, and I'm not wearing it in a whole lot of my videos, and there's this cute little girl who showed up, and she's like, oh, I'm looking for Reina. And her mother comes over to me and says, my daughter loves you. And she's like 3 or 4. My daughter loves you. She watches all your videos, even your vlogs. And the little girl's like, have you seen Reina? And she's like, honey, this is Reina. This is Reina, the one you watch all her videos. I love Reina's videos. Is Reina here? And I'm like, I'm right here. So I guess my wig was too convincing because she left me and spent time with Alex instead.
He's great.
We love you, Alex. Alex is coming, we're happy to announce, probably in August to Nova Scotia, Canada, which is exciting when it's warm. Because we have job contracts, we kind of have to do it differently than last year, but we're excited to host him. It's going to be a good time. What else can I think of? Can you think of anything else?
Nope.
Honestly, the event was just so smooth, and everything was just so fun, and it's so nice. We didn't notice in the last vlog that the cat was opening the fridge. Everyone told us that on the comments.
He does that.
The cat was getting into the fridge.
He does funny things.
One time we couldn't find him, and he was in the fridge. You probably shouldn't say that on the internet, but it's true. I was like, Charlie,
check the fridge.
And he was in the fridge. Thank you, Mermaid Nessie, who watched the kitties while we were gone. Super sweet. And it's also Nessie and Mimi's birthdays. So go onto their Facebook pages, Mermaid Nessie, Mermaid Mimi, and wish them happy birthday. They're adorable. I want to thank everybody who bought my books over the holidays. It's fantastic because the thing is I get paid in American money, which is worth so much more now in Canada. It's like $1 million. It's real money. It really sucks. I bought those 2 Fin Fun tails, and they were just over $200 American. It came to almost $500 Canadian. It sucked. But these are the books. You can find them on makemeamermaid.com. This one will teach you how to be a mermaid. This one tells my story. And guess what? I'm writing a 3rd one. I'm writing a workbook that's going to go with this so that you can actually fill it out. And when you're done, you're going to have like your own handbook to your own company, which is cool. What else do we have for updates, Mr. Norman?
I don't know.
What mermaid stuff? We just booked like 15 gigs.
Like a billion things. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going on like a library tour, which is going to be cool. We're still doing work with the Aquatron. We're really hoping to go back to Mermania next year. They were just so wonderful and such gracious hosts with us. We're hoping to put on some workshops next year about a boot. Here I go. A boot.
A boot maple syrup.
A boot maple syrup, eh? Yeah. About what to do if you don't have a merwrangler, and then how to be a merwrangler or mertender, whichever you prefer. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. So we're coming up on a 30-minute recap here, and I think it's just taking so long because the cat's so adorable.
Hey, kitty.
But thank you so much for watching. We're going to do another vlog soon answering your questions. If you have any questions about being a mermaid, just fire it in the comments. Check out halifaxmermaids.com, makemeamermaid.com, mernetwork.com, and if you want to read my blog, it's rainamermaid.weebly.com. We love you. Thanks for being fans.